Hello! I thought I would make a video on, as you can see, the stick, what I've learned musically from trying to learn the cello. As many of you know, I've been enamored with the cello pretty much since I was a little kid. I've always played guitar since forever it feels like it and stuff. So I've been playing a couple of months or trying to learn the instrument, and I think it's a great thing when you, at an older stage in your life, you try to learn an instrument, even if you're pretty proficient in another one. And I thought I'd make this video to talk a little bit about what I've learned in my attempts to learn another instrument and how it affects the instrument that I primarily play, which is guitar. I think the first thing is to go slowly. I think there's a tendency when we've been playing an instrument for a couple of years and we're past the beginning or intermediate level to rush things. So I always have this need that even if it's a ballad that I'm learning, to once I get it down, I want to own the song, but I have a tendency to rush things. So that's been it's kind of changed a little bit. So I try to slow it down. The second thing is kind of along the same line about not rushing things is your practice regimen. Practicing something when you're learning it and it's a new instrument, you practice really, really slowly. So the scales, and especially on the cello, scales, or I call it the bread and butter where the rubber meets the road, because primarily the cello is a soloist instrument. So once you start learning different positions and where the notes are on the thing, on the fretboard, you get a little bit better at it. And so that requires a lot of hours and hours of practicing scales. And so I've translated that into my scale practice on the guitar as well, just to, again, go slowly, listening to the notes. And then the third thing is patience. This is not a very forgiving instrument, this thing called the cello. I think guitar is very forgiving because basically you have frets, and if you have a good instrument and it's intonated properly, once you start learning it, you put your fingers where you're supposed to, and you're gonna get the right pitch and the right sound. This thing, cello is just really, really very different. And also, too, after years of practicing right hand technique, whether trying to learn some classical style or holding a pick and playing the jazz style, that's become second nature. It's like walking and talking and speaking. It's like breathing air. This is, for me, so far in the whole is stick in your right hand, have your thumb in an awkward position in here, and then lay these things in there and try to make beautiful noise. So anyway, so the right hand technique for me has been very, very challenging to try to get the bow hold down. Left hand hasn't been as challenging, assuming I get the right position and the pitches right. But I'll show you a little bit about what I mean about going slowly, and then I'll go through a couple of scales about the way I practice. So. got the idea. Work in progress.